We will move on to our first speaker, and we've got three great speakers here tonight, and it's kind of a dual topic. The first one is, and I think it's fairly timely, it's Georgia Power, and it's talking about what you can do to make your house warmer and more efficient. So we have a conversation about that, and then really this is kind of a do-it-yourself type program, a sort of home project, things like that, where you can learn what projects specifically impact the home value of your house. So kudos to all of you. The idea of do-it-yourself for myself is writing a check and handing it to the contractor. Many of you in this room seem a lot more adept, so thank you for what you do to your homes. Our first speaker will be George Smith. He is with Georgia Power. Then we'll transition to Scott Murphy, who is an appraiser. And then we have Mark Fee, who is a local inspector. We'll invite Janice Crosby to come up too. She's with Keller Williams, a local realtor here. And then we'll close it out and take some Q&A from there. So with that, I will hand it over to Jeff Smith with Georgia Power.
Thank you. Good evening, and appreciate the opportunity to talk with you a little bit about making your homes more energy efficient and taking money that you would be given to us and using it for yourself in projects you'd much rather be doing. The first thing I want to talk to you a little bit about is where do your energy dollars actually go? So when you start looking at your home and that bill that you pay us every month and you pay your gas company every month, where's it actually going to? And you can see an overwhelming majority of it for most homes goes into your heating and cooling component of your bill. Almost 50% in a lot of cases is where of your energy dollars is going straight to heat and cool your home. And unfortunately, with the weather we've had in the last week or two, that's going to be a big number, or 50% of a bigger number coming out here in the next month or so. So one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is how to get that component down. We focus a lot around reducing the heating and cooling needs of your home by making it more efficient and sealing the spots where air leaks are happening, where you're not heating or cooling the outdoor. Water heating is another component. 20% of your average bills go into to heat water in your home for your showers and your baths and to wash your dishes. 10% goes into lighting, and that 10% is an easy target right now. There are a lot of energy efficient light sources that are out now that can reduce that number by 75%. So we'll talk with you a little bit about those options and some rebates we have for them. And then other catches everything else, your appliances, your TVs, that type of your gaming systems, if you have those in your home. It covers a whole bunch of things. And so I'll talk to you a little bit about some ways to reduce that with Energy Star appliance rebates that we have to offer. So how can you identify where your house is wasting energy? We have a couple of options for you, and they're both free. One is if you're a Georgia Power customer, you can call us and schedule a free in-home energy audit. We'll send an energy expert to your house. They'll spend about 45 minutes there, and they'll be going through your house looking at your attic, wall, floor insulation, your windows, your doors, your appliances, your water heater, your heating and cooling system, your refrigerators. They're looking at everything that you have, and they're going to offer you specific recommendations on how to make energy improvements to your house and to fix those areas of energy waste. And again, that's a free service. And if you're interested, I'll be happy to give you the phone number or the website that you can go to request that at the end of the presentation. We also have a do-it-yourself option. If you have a computer, you can go to georgiapower.com and take a free online energy audit. And this energy audit is really easy to use. It's made up of clicks and drop-down lists and radio buttons. And you tell us how old's your heating and cooling system. How many inches of insulation do you have? What type of windows? What type of house? And it'll take all that information and pair it up with your energy bill and show you where your biggest opportunities for improvement are. They're improvements that are on average. Now keep in mind, it's not somebody putting eyes on it, but based on hundreds and thousands of audits that have gone into this system, it's getting really accurate within 3 to 5% of where your energy is actually going. And that's a free service you can do sitting in your house. We also have several energy efficiency programs that offer rebates to you. So for instance, if you're not a do-it-yourselfer, if you want to hire somebody to come out and do a very detailed energy audit. Now this is much more detailed than what we do on that walkthrough energy audit, But they'll come out, and it's called our Home Energy Improvement Program, and they can send somebody to your house for a fee that comes in and does complete diagnostic testing of your home. They'll hook machinery up, computers up, and can tell you exactly how to reduce your energy consumption by 20, 25, or 30% or greater. And then they'll give you a price to make those improvements for you. And depending on what type of improvements you may choose to make in that, you can get rebates totaling over $2,500. So that helps offset the cost of making your house more energy efficient. And on top of that, you're reducing your energy usage by up to 30%. So, and it's quantifiable, that they can show you the documentation on how you get it. It also has an individual improvements component. That's the do-it-yourself component. If you want to put your own attic insulation in, we can pay you rebates up to $300. If you want to seal your ductwork, there's rebates for that. If you want to put in a programmable thermostat, there's a rebate up to $100 for that. And you can get up to $700 a year in rebates for those type of improvements. And I'll be happy to talk with you about that, or you can go to georgiapower.com/home improvements to get more information. We have a refrigerator recycling program. How many of you have a second refrigerator or freezer in your home? Those can cost you up to $150 a year to use. And if you're like me, they get used around Thanksgiving or around Super Bowl, that type, and the rest of the time they're mostly empty. We have a service where we'll come to your home, pick that refrigerator or freezer up and recycle it to you. Not only will we take it away free of charge, we'll give you a $50 rebate to take it away and recycle it, as well as the energy dollars that you'd save from that. And so you know, we recycle it in an environmentally friendly manner, and it's recycled in Georgia, in Tucker. We take it out there, it's completely deconstructed. They separate the metal from the glass, from the refrigerants and oils and foams, and every bit of it, with the exception of the oil and refrigerant, is recycled and reused, whether it's in the roadways that you are or glass products that you're buying in your house. The refrigerant and the oil are destroyed in an environmentally friendly manner to where they don't hurt the ozone. So a $50 rebate, and we'll take it away for free, and we'll take up to 2 of those away per year per house. Appliances. If you're looking at a way to improve the efficiency of your home and you're looking at upgrading your appliances, look for an Energy Star logo. We offer rebates of $25 on Energy Star rated refrigerators, $25 on Energy Star rated clothes washers, and $20 on Energy Star rated freezers. And those, when you go into the local retailers around here, there's a paper form you fill out and submit it, and you'll get that rebate in 6 to 8 weeks. But that helps offset the cost of stepping up in efficiency. I mean, you're not going to go out and buy this appliance just because of that rebate, but it will hopefully encourage you to buy a Energy Star rated appliance instead of a standard efficient appliance. And Energy, yes, sir.
Ended on November 3rd, 2014.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys have something against December?
We do, yeah. It's just a bad month for.
December.
Yeah, just call me tomorrow. I'll give you my card, and we'll make it work. Those programs expire every year, and so without us knowing whether it's going to move forward into the next year, if we don't put a deadband in there and the program goes away, we don't have an ending mechanism. This allows us to end it, but we'll talk with you about it. So in addition to Energy Star rated appliances, a couple of times a year we also buy down the cost of Energy Star rated CFLs, compact fluorescent light bulbs, and LED light bulbs in retail stores around the state. That's a rebate that you don't even have to fill out. We pre-buy the price of those bulbs down, so you can save a couple of bucks per LED that you buy and 50, 60 cents per CFL that you buy. Doesn't seem like much, but it's a significant portion of that cost. Yes, ma'am. Which ones? You can. Well, CFLs, they have, if you're buying an equal lumen, which is the light output of it, It's the same. They do not come on, most cases, they're not full bright when you turn them on. They take, if you're getting an Energy Star rated one, within a minute they should be up to full brightness. If you're not, they can take a little longer to get in. You can work around that problem with LED light bulbs. They're much brighter. LED, they do cost a little more, but they last 20 years. So they've got the benefit of, it's a long-term purchase when you buy them. But both of those types of bulbs will reduce energy usage by up to 75%. And on top of that, they generate a lot less heat, so you don't have to use the heating and cooling, or the cooling system as much. But we do those in the spring and in the falls in select stores around Georgia. So you'll go into like a Home Depot and you'll see a Georgia Power logo there, and it'll have that lamp pre-bought down for you.
If you get those CFL, you just buy a higher wattage to get it at night?
Well, that's one option that you have. You can buy, if you have a traditional 60-watt light bulb, you can buy an 11 or 12-watt CFL, which is the same light output, or you could purchase like a 23-watt CFL, which is the equivalent of a 100-watt incandescent, so it will be much brighter. But yeah, if you're seeing long histories on it, we might want to look at the type of bulb you're buying. And so, yeah, but look for that Energy Star logo. That's typically an indication of one that, to get that rating, it has to be to full brightness in a short period of time. We also have a new program, if any of you are looking at building a new home. It's called the EarthSense New Home Program. And the intent of this program is to get people to build houses that are much more energy efficient than if they just built it to current energy codes. This program encourages builders and home buyers to build homes that are at least 15% more energy efficient than a traditional home. And the benefit of that is you're making these improvements when the house is built, and a lot of these improvement measures are there for years and years and years to come. The second, third, fourth home buyers benefit from them. But this encourages you to build that house to a more energy efficient rating, and we do a lot of training with builders, real estate agents, and now we're working with appraisers to try to get appraisers to see the benefit of energy efficient home construction. So that's another program that we have out there. So if you have questions, I'll take them whenever y'all want me to answer them, or I'll be here afterwards to answer them as well. Yes, sir.
That HERS program, is there a measurable economic value attached to it?
As far as value,
Buy my home versus buying my next door neighbor's home. My home will save you $400 a month versus his, which will not save you $400.
to make a direct comparison to a neighbor in a same home, yes, but different. If it's a different home, different construction, it's harder to justify it. But yes, that HERS rating is saying this house is rated to 77, which is 15% more energy efficient, so it should save you 15% of your energy cost versus my neighbor's home that's not, that was just built to code. And for every, and you get a HERS rating when you build or buy that home, and for every point lower than that, that's an additional percent. So if you're talking 75%, now you're talking 18% more efficient. So yeah, it's quantifiable, and it's something we're working with the sales institutes to get that into the MLS systems to where you can market as an energy efficient home as well.
Older homes. Can that same system work for older homes?
The HERS system, we do not use it for that. Now, that's not saying it can't. We use the program I showed you earlier, the Home Energy Improvement Program. If you go that whole house path, it has its own rating system called a beacon system that shows that you've brought the efficiency of that house down by a certain percentage, and that could be used in the potential resale of a home.
Could you speak to maybe new technologies? You see kind of the Nest thermostat and things like that. They're fairly expensive. Do they actually save on energy? They're more expensive than a traditional thermostat. I mean, you're talking $20, $30 for a traditional thermostat.
50, 75 for a programmable, and 250 for a Nest or a Honeywell version of that, which is called a Lyric. Anything that we do at our company to offer rebates, we have to show our Public Service Commission that it's a true value to customers, and those do show that they are markedly better than a traditional programmable thermostat. There's third-party evaluations that are coming out now where they've been tested and tested again that are showing 13-15% energy reduction in the cooling and heating portion of your bill. So new technologies are coming along. Home automation is another thing that's starting to come along where you can control your home from your phone. And that gives you the ability to turn something on or turn something off you may have left on that's using energy. So, yes, sir.
Jeff, can you talk about does Georgia Power offer anything like a solar power program or selling energy back?
We do have solar power programs. I'm not an expert in that side of it. I would happily refer you to the Georgia Power website for that, but we do have programs. We've got programs for generation-only companies. We've got programs for homeowners that are putting systems onto their house that have a buyback component to it. I wouldn't want to give specifics because I would more than likely be wrong, but you can find that information, or I can give you my contact information and put you in touch with our department that handles solar at the company. All right, well, if you have any other questions, I'll be around. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jeff. I know there's a constant battle in our house right now with me turning it down and someone else turns it up, but we won't get into that. But no, thank you. That was incredibly helpful, and it's amazing to see what Georgia Power is doing as far as offering all kinds of rebates and things like that, stuff I didn't know about. So that was fascinating, and just so thank you for that presentation. Yeah.